Hey everyone, we're seeing a big push around the world to ban gas, especially in use in homes. Banning gas. This is so outrageous. And Victoria is taking the lead. Victoria is banning the use of gas in any new homes starting in 2024. So just months away from Victoria, Australia, banning any homeowner of a new home from using gas. Using gas! No new gas connections on new homes starting in just a few months. January 1st, 2024. This is net zero depopulation bullshit. A direct assault to the people of Victoria, Australia, and a pilot for what they want to pull around the world. We can't let them. This is absolutely outrageous. This is a depopulation scheme. They don't want people to have cheap energy. They want everyone to have to be reliant on the energy system, which they can turn off for anybody or for everybody. This is absolutely a nightmare. Victoria, Australia is under attack by its own misleaders. So the communists are totally out of control and doing the bidding of insane, megalomaniac, genocidal oligarchs. Their latest move, their latest attack, banning gas use for new homes. Banning all gas use for new homes in Victoria. This is clearly about depopulation. This is clearly about stopping the development of new homes so that increased populations can't be supported. This is absolutely disgusting. And this also seems to apply to commercial buildings. So new buildings for businesses won't be able to use gas. What about restaurants? I mean, this is so absolutely insane. They don't want us to have cheap fuel. They don't want us to have cheap energy. They want to break our backs to heat our homes, to cook our food, to make us dependent on the state, dependent on corporations, dependent on being a slave. This is horrifying, and we've seen similar moves in several United States and in many European countries as well. But this is the first I've heard of such an immediate, total ban, starting next year in 2024, just a few months away. Nobody could hook up gas to a new home or new building. This is an attack on the populations. This is infringing on people's right to exist. The climate cult has gone absolutely bonkers, attacking our very way of life, using excuses like the climate and the weather to ban people from using gas, to ban people from driving, and so many other infringements of basic human liberty. They think this is their little workaround to make some bullshit claim that it's for the greater good. Well, guess what? It's not for the greater good. This is a dastardly, evil scheme, an anti-human scheme, a depopulation scheme, and it cannot be tolerated. This is not for the greater good. That's a lie. A lie that the climate cult uses to get their way and inflict their pain and cause their suffering. I'm so sick of these freaks. It looks like also they're giving people a bonus if they put in solar panels before they block out the sun. How much would that suck? You spend thousands of dollars on new solar panels just for Bill Gates to block out the sun? Oh, and it's all about reaching quote-unquote net zero. Innovating to zero, as Bill Gates would say. Because we can't have too many people using too much stuff. Or as Dennis Meadows said, we can either have 1 billion people living free, or you can have more people but you need a dictatorship and no rights. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing government-forced slavery. Banning of basic human needs, like energy and heat. I'm so sickened by all of this. Oh, look at this. This is The Guardian. From January 1st, new residential properties that require planning permits, as well as government buildings, including schools and hospitals, will only be powered by electricity. As in, they're banning the use of gas fuel. Now, I'm not sure if this also applies to private hospitals, private businesses, but this is absolutely ridiculous and outrageous. And to make this absolutely as ridiculous as possible, the corrupt, abusive government officials doing this are saying, yeah, we know the cost of living is really bad, but this should help. Anybody who thinks banning gasoline in new houses will help the cost of living is lying or an idiot. And of course, the other excuse they're using is, oh, well, this is going to cut down on emissions. Our burning of gas is causing X% of our emissions. And we can't actually consume anything as slaves, so we can't have emissions. Note it's the same excuse that they're using to ban the use of cars. In places like the UK New York, etc., etc. This is the same cult, the same evil cabal around the world working in tandem, going after human consumption, going after our way of life. And that's also why we're seeing the price of living increases. This is what they call a pricing system to limit human consumption. So this is all kicking off on January 1st, 2024. All new homes will be disallowed from having gas connections. This is a disastrous policy that will lead to so much suffering, so much death. These government officials have blood on their hands. They already did. One thing's for sure, anybody pushing for net zero, pushing to ban gas, pushing to ban cars, pushing to ban heating systems that keep people warm in the winter, are not your friend. In fact, they're your mortal enemy. They've made a deal with the devil to depopulate humanity for a paycheck. And we all know these days that depopulation pays, and that so many people are willing to betray their species for some money. This is absolutely disgusting. People need to get outraged. People need to be infuriated. People need to get riled up and fight back. This is pure evil we're dealing with, people. Pure evil. And I'm guessing they wanted to ban gas for everybody, but they knew there'd be such a big pushback. They probably thought, what's a good way to get our foot in the door? And then we can expand to these crazy policies later. Oh, let's ban connections for new homes. So new homes can't get gas connections put in. This will buy us some time. People won't be as outraged because not everybody's buying a new home. But we can see the direction they want to take us. And they're taking us there unless we stop them. And we do not want to get to their destination. We need to stop driving down the highway to hell, do a U-turn, and go the exact opposite direction these bastards want to take us.